Guys, welcome back to the channel. The 100x breakout on Xcn is happening right as we speak. Yes, you heard that correctly. We are about to go fully parabolic. Now, to start the week, Xcn has entered the top 100 list with a market cap value of $649 million. Now, we're about to see momentum build. Now, yes, I understand we're only up 3% for the day, but remember, I post the Xcn updates before they break out. So for me personally, by the time Xcn goes up 20-30% for the day, there's no point in me updating at that point because nobody can benefit. But whereas when I update at these lows before the breakouts occur, just like I did before, you guys managed to benefit and capture 100, 200, 300% upside moves. So guys, if you missed out on my previous updates at the lows, remember to make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on any more buy calls, future updates, and more. Now let's get straight into the video. Why are we about to see a parabolic breakout? Why could Xcn enter the top 50 next? Here's why. Now, I've mentioned before how important it is to focus on Bitcoin. Why? When Bitcoin goes up, the overall market goes up, particularly altcoins with the highest value. Now, Bitcoin's about to make its way towards $100,000, and the best altcoins in the market are about to start the aggressive move. Now, before last week, I said, I think Xcn will probably go up, 50% from where we currently are now, but I'm revising that. I think we could see 100 plus, maybe even 170 percentage point move within the next week or two. Yes, I didn't stutter. We could see 170 percentage point move on Xcn by the end of this week or by the end of next week, right? And why? That brings us towards a new yearly high, which, as I said to all of you, is pretty much inevitable, which is why I've been saying giving up on Xcn whenever price is flat is pretty much, it doesn't make any real sense, especially when this has been the top performing coin in the market, right? It makes zero sense. And if you are a part of my free Telegram group, I also explained if you're looking for a crypto pick like an XRP, well, I would be looking at projects like Xcn, like hedera, right? Again, free gems here. These are the projects I would be looking at. So what do I see today? Today, I think we're going to see, provided, Bitcoin goes above 96, 97, which looks like it's going to happen, I think we're going to see a short-term move on Xcn around 25, I'm going to say 25 to 30%. 30% looks more reasonable to me just from where we currently are now. And let me just go down a time frame so you can all actually see what's happening in real time. And so far, you will all know my predictions and my analysis has been highly accurate, which is why you guys are subscribed to my channel, which is why you guys are staying tuned, which is why you're part of my free Telegram group, link in my description, because so many of you are making life-changing money just by my updates. Now, I think short term, we are going to see price hit 0.02505117. I think that will be our short-term move. I would love to say 25%, but I think it's going to be way more than this, right? So that's a short-term move. Now we could see potentially even upwards of 40%, right? Again, guys, it may seem strange now that I'm posting this, especially as Xcen's only up, 3.5% for the day, and you're probably thinking, look, this seems a bit too bullish, but you wait and see. Xcn is about to experience an aggressive breakout. Now, once this 30% move has occurred, what we're going to see is more and more people start to add to Xcn. Why? Because they're looking for the next high value pick. They're looking for the next project like XRP, like hedera. And if you have a project that's currently under $1 billion market cap, this is a no-brainer. Now, by the time we head up 30%, we come very, very close to that $1 billion mark. And I think by this point, we're going to see a lot of capital added to Xcn. A lot of people are going to be adding positions. In fact, many people that are already in Xcn are going to start buying, right? Because obviously they want to take advantage of these low buy calls before it's too late. Last week, I actually gave out that last chance to buy signal just because we can see what is about to happen, and ultimately we all want to buy the best projects before they create new highs, right? Because remember, after this, the biggest obstacle is going to be where do you cash out, and the last thing you want to do is buy where we could see potential major profit taking. You do not want to be in Xcn adding positions when people have already made their 20x's. So for example, and again, don't worry guys, I'm going to slow things down just so you can all understand. But for example, the people that bought at the start of the year, they are currently up over 785%. By the time we go back up to all-time highs, they're up over 21x, 2,150%. Now, some of these people are obvious, and I said this before, are not going to want to make the same mistakes they made before, right? Which means they will likely take out some profit, maybe their initial capital. Now, I don't think that will be enough to drive price down at that point, especially as I do think this will happen within the next week or two, which means we should see price go up even more. Now, where does price go after that? Our next major price target, which is at 0.09088872. Now, they make a 40x at this point. You're up 40x on your money, which means if you bought with $1,000, you're now up $40,000. Now, at this point, we are going to see major profit taking occur. Now, the biggest risk at the moment is, well, not risk, but the thing that we all have to pay attention to is how long will it take us to hit this target? Because if it happens within, let's say, the next 3 weeks, that's a 389 percentage point gain. Well, the good news is, depending if the market is still moving to the upside, it means we still have a long way to go. And remember, a lot of people are going to want to capture that 100x, which is why I say this is the breakout towards 100x, right? So we can see price at 0.137 right before price tops out. But the point is, by that point, we're now at a 6x. Now, depending on where the market is, we could see aggressive selling pressure once we break above this area. And it becomes, winners take all, essentially, right? Somebody is going to get dumped on, and your job is to make sure you're not one of the people that get dumped on, because it's not going to be nice. But by this point, the people that are just buying now, they're still up 6x, which is still a fantastic percentage gain, especially if this is to occur in the short term. So this is why I say the next few weeks are going to be insane. And I can tell you this, the people that bought at these lows, they're going to make sure they can capture the 40x, they can capture the 60x, they can capture the 100x. And that's why if you're buying this for the first time, or you've been buying at some of these other lows that I've been giving out, right, which you still make over a 15x, etc., you need to be aware of the people that have been buying at the start of the year, because they are going to dump first, then the people that have been buying at these lows, and then if you're buying now or even buying before, you're the person that is ultimately going to get wiped out if you do not know where to cash out, right? And I'm going to talk more about cash outs in my free Telegram group, so make sure you're all a part of my free Telegram group below. If you haven't yet joined, make sure you join, download the Telegram app, then click the link in my description so you can get access to that. I also have a video that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days pinned to the group. And you can also join our Crypto Crew Premium channel, where I will be calling the top on Xcn. So if you want to know exactly when I'll be looking to cash out, when I'll be looking to take profit, you need to join Crypto Crew Premium now, and you'll be getting access to the next 10x, 20x, 30x, and 50x plus picks that we're buying right now. Now, with this being said, let's just slow things down for a second. The next few weeks are going to be incredible. Xcn is going to create so many millionaires, so many people that are going to be making, $100,000, $1,000, and we can all win, right? Everybody in the community right now can all win, but you just have to make sure you take profit at the right time. So then after the breakout occurs, which I think is today, I think the breakout has already started, right? You can see now we're at 4.62%. So we're literally moving to the upside whilst we make this video. So we're moving in real time. And I want you guys to check the price in the next hour or two. We are going to see this up even higher. So you're going to see how accurate our price analysis is. But I will say this. By the time this breakout happens, I would stop focusing on buying after that, right? As I said, this was the buying opportunity. The lows were the buying opportunity. Now you need to be focusing on, where do I cash out? Where do I take profit? Because you do not want to get dumped on. Now, just to conclude this video, short-term move, we're expecting about a 30 percentage point move. Then we think we make our way towards our yearly highs, right? And then this is where really the real fun begins. And that is only, in fact, from where the 30% move happens. So at this area, that is only a upside move of 105%. So not large percentage point moves. And then we move into price discovery mode for the year. And that's where we move up to this 40x price target and beyond. So focus now on profit taking. Where are you going to be taking profit? How do you strategically exit the market? And then of course, take advantage of other buying opportunities. And I'll tell you what I told, just in case you're completely new here. The strategy is this. If you capture this 21x at the start of the year, you could have sold. Remember, this all happened within the space of 1 month. So you could have sold, wait for price to dip, buying again, and even on the 100% move, guess what? You've made a 40x. How? You captured 20x, you doubled that 20x with a short-term move. Now you're at 40x. Very simple, very straightforward. And that's the plan. That's the goal for when the market peaks again. So if you want to be a part of this, join the free Telegram group, link in my description. Make sure you're a Crypto Crew Premium member. We're in for an incredible next few weeks, so get ready for it. But that's it for now, guys. Remember, nothing that you've seen in these videos is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. Until next update, seize the day.